So we on. Um, Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing great. Let me just take out this ad. Sorry for not posting these couple of weeks. As we're going to be looking at the charts on the Sunday breakdown, um, a few couple of pays that we're going to be looking at, right? Firstly, we're going to look at the dollar index to see how it will possibly perform these coming few weeks, right, or months. So we're going to start from the weekly time frame. Looking at the weekly perspective, what we can notice is we're in this huge bullish channel, right? Price has been moving bullish, possibly to go and test these lost previous year's highs, right? Because we see we have a double top formation up today. So this could be possibly price coming to take this out as a liquidation point, and then we could see a further breakdown of the dollar following this as we had impulse, and then we have a corrective phase right here, our next impulse, and this could be a possible corrective phase, or if things quite turn out differently, it could be a long-term bullish movement to possibly mitigate these orders or these highs right here. So that is it from the weekly split perspective. What I will be doing, I'll be going to the daily perspective, the daily time frame to see what could be possibly happening, right? So I don't want to look at this old information for now, right? What I want to focus on is price action at the current moment that we are in. Currently, you can see we have a nice double bottom formation right there, right? Let's make this a bit visible. From that double bottom structure, we could see price actually pushing higher, right? So this is a strong support area for price, right? And from the daily time frame as well, we can see we have been in this bullish moving trend, right? So how we could take this is that we have our impulse. Looking at this, we have our huge impulse correction right here, and this could be the breakout of that correction to actually go move higher and mitigate those areas right there, right? So next, what I will be doing is I want to look at strong areas at which price is actually playing on. So here we can see we're at 105, 260. So an area above 105, 260 would be 10600, right? So this is a possible resistance for price. And below 105, we have 100. 100 would be too low. 100 would be too low. So yeah, this is a 100 zone, right? Which means this is our support structure right here that we can look at. That's a resistance structure that we could possibly look for price to reject, right? So we could be trading among these areas, right? See price actually taking out some building some liquidity right here, and then we could see a breakdown of price to go and take out this low right here and possibly act off any support area here, right? As you can see here, we had a breakout from the, which means there's also a demand level we could be looking for, right? So price could possibly liquidate these lows, act off of this demand, and continue going higher, right? Breaking out of this overall trend right here. Let me just do this. Just turn off this fan. It's blocking me. Sorry, this is taking too long. Quite slow today, sluggish, as you could think. Ooh. Right, perfect. So let's go down the time frame and see what is this price action doing for us right here. Right. So what are we noticing on this daily time frame? Firstly, let me delete this. we know we're in an overall resistance area, right? And what are we noticing? We have rally, rally based rally, and then we created this supply area here, which we had a drop of price, we had a base right here, and then we had another drop. So this is a nice supply area. You could say an order block, right? So right here, a huge influx of price came in, selling off the dollar index. And then what did it do? It broke structure, also taking out liquidity above, right? So these we could take, these are inducements of price, right? Which means it was just liquidity that was waiting to be what? Taken out. So we could possibly act off of this supply area. But the thing is, you can see we have a nice impulsive move to the upside. So we have a rally and a small base area here, right? So we could have our next rally up, taking out this high and possibly acting off of any liquidity spot right here, right? You can see right here could possibly take that high, mitigate further into this area right here, and then we could see our reversals for price to go down. So we should pay attention to this huge supply area. So if we have that huge supply area, this could be our inducements right here, which is liquidity to be taken. Now, as we've said before, looking at this huge impulsive move right here, I reckon that price could still have potential to move even higher and possibly mitigate this fresh what supply area, taking out these highs right here, right? So let me delete this. The hell is this thing doing? Perfect. So our overall bias right now, although we are in a supply area, we're still looking for price to actually go a bit bullish for now, right? So what I'm going to do, I'll be looking at this trend, 4 hour trend right here. So this is the trend I would actually want to trade on, right? Looking at this channel alone right here, which means you could possibly take price all the way into the supply area and then possibly break this overall trend around that those areas right there. But we have to pay in mind that we have a small area here that could actually push price a bit below, right? To possibly come and test these highs right here. As you can see, we have this as a possible retest, or this as a possible retest. Because as you can see, this is a huge resistance and support area, right? We have support there, resistant here, support here, and you can see price actually going higher, right? So that is it from the dollar index. So we are quite bullish, but as of now, well, we won't be acting on it. We want to see market structure actually form itself by what? By price actually going a bit further lower, right? And then if you could see a breakout, an early breakout here, inducing traders to actually think price is going down, and that would mean traders putting their trade entries right there, hoping that price could actually go a bit lower, take putting their stop losses right there, only for them to be stopped out if price can actually fake out here and act off this support area to push price even higher into that supply area, right? So that is it from the dollar index. Go down the time frame. There's not much to actually look at. Uh, just pure price action that we are looking at to see how price behaves this coming few weeks, right? So right now you can see price is ranging as seen here. Price is ranging. It could break out a bit, right? Break out a bit, take out this high here, and then we could possibly see it come and take out this low, creating some form of a Quasimodo formation, head and shoulder, right? And then we could X off of this to go down, take our profits right there. And if we don't get any rejections around these areas and see a further breakdown of price, inducing traders around this area as we have spoken about it, right? So that's the dollar index for now. So next up, what we're going to look at is um, let's take a look on gold. What is gold doing? We had some nice movements from last week where we saw a breakdown of gold going down like crazy, right? So we're going to start this on a daily perspective. I know we started on the weekly for the dollar index, but that was to see the overall movement that we're in, right? For gold, it's quite simple. You can see we've been quite bullish for some time. And right now, what I would take it is that we're looking at something like an impulsive move to the upside, and this is a huge correction for gold where we could see possible moves higher for gold, right, in the coming months, possibly this year, right? So it's quite clear in which channel is trading on, right? So we could make this as clean as possible, as possibly as we can, right? So this is the channel that we're trading in for gold, which means right now, looking at this overall breakout, right? This overall breakout from gold would say we are actually in an uptrend, right? So we won't look at this as it is old data, but it has guided us to see as to where is price actually going, right? So look at this resistance for gold right here. And as of now, I can't currently place a low for gold, right? But I'll take it that because it closed right here, the next open could be either lower, which means price could be possibly going down further to possibly test these previous demand areas. As you can see here, we have a nice rally, base rally, possibly to have rejections around these areas here, seeing gold push down a bit further and then react off of this, taking out that high right there. Right? So aside from that, there's no clear trend on the daily time frame for gold, right? So we'll go down a time frame. Let's see what's happening on lower time frames, right? Knowing that we are in an overall bullish momentum, right? Bullish momentum going to the upside, right? But what is currently happening now, we are in a downtrend, right? So you could possibly trade this downtrend, but keeping in mind that any demand level it comes into, right, a strong demand level that it comes into, price might reject from there, right? We might see higher moves for gold from there. For now, what we can see, we have this demand right here, right? As you can see, we just tapped into that demand. We had a first initial rejection from that demand, and we're still actually tapping into it, right, from the 4 hour time frame. But keeping in mind that we are overall bullish on gold. So, what do we notice as well? From that bearish movement going down, those impulses going down, right, breaking structure, we actually started forming a formation here, a pattern, right? So the name of this pattern is let me just confirm. Which, gave wrong information. But we can see it's a descending channel. Perfect. This is just a descending channel. So created a channel right here. So it's possible that we see gold going even further up, right? But what would happen to invalidate this if we get liquidation of this demand area, right? If this demand gets liquidated, we might see a move higher, but that would make us have intentions of selling gold in the overall run. That means because it broke structure, it might continue going up, right? But if it doesn't break structure, that would prove that this high right here failed to break this overall structure. Yes, it did break this one, right? It did break this structure right here. And it initially, I was watching this move actually, it initially broke the structure with this week here, right? Now, as I saw the rejection for gold going up, I knew that we actually still going to go down. That was just the retest. But had it actually respected this demand level, we would have seen price actually going even further up. If it didn't break this low, it would have meant that this low is a strong low and we have to go and take out that weak high, right? And would have taken out those weak highs. So, aside from that, let's just this and then yeah, we acknowledge that we are in a demand area. So let's go down in time frame. Um, Overall, what I would say about gold right now is that we should just pay attention to what happens in this demand area, right? You might see gold ranging for a while, but in the lower time frames, maybe like the 15 minutes or the 5 minutes, if we could see a reversal pattern, which could be Quasimodo reversal or simply your rejection candle. If you trade candlesticks, you see that rejection candle and seeing price actually break out of this zone impulsively, breaking out with an engulfing candle, right? So we could have possible a dominant break. So we could see a formation of a series of candles here, right? Maybe one, two, three candles, and then we have that dominant break, right? From that engulfing bullish engulfing candle that would signify what our bullish momentum coming in from what this demand area we would see ourselves taking that buy trade to go and take out these highs, these possible highs right here, right? So that is it from gold. That's me on gold. That's my bias on gold. And as you can see, we do have a trend that is within a trend for gold, right? We can see we have this structure inside for gold, right? So we could see that possible breakout of gold going to the upside. So I hope that it was helpful. Let's go and do uh second last pay and then we're done for the night, guys. I hope you guys have the best trading weeks to come, right? So I'll just look at our next pay. We'll look at just AUD USD. So what is happening on AUD USD? We're going to start from the daily time frame as usual, guys. What is happening on AUD USD? We've been following this downtrend right here, right? Moving in impulsive waves and corrective waves, right? And then we had a huge reversal here. As you can see, we had a dominant break right here, creating a what? A demand area. So this is an unfulfilled demand which could be retested, right? And we have this demand as well, right here. Clear off the back, that's what we see. So why is price actually selling from where it is right now, right? We actually see price is selling because of this, right? We have a nice drop, base drop, creating supply, just barely touching into supply, and we have that massive drop down. So the gold price already took out its first demand area right here. After taking out its first demand area, we see it taking its second demand area and closing below, which confirms price actually continuing its trend going down to go and what mitigate demand levels going down, right? Overall, we are bullish on Aussie, right? We could possibly see reversals from these areas to go further up. Why am I saying that? Because we have a nice impulsive move to the upside, right? And then we could take this as our overall what correctional move, which means we'll wait for the next impulse going up, right? To the price action. So let's go down the time frame onto the 4 hour time frame. What do we see? The 4 hour time frame. What do we see? What do we see? What do we see? Um, Obviously, we have this overall trend right here, right? But I want us to take our focus into this. We already know price is overall bullish, but for now, what we are trading in is a bearish setup, right? So we have this trend going down just perfectly like this, right? You can see price actually pushing further down. And what do we notice? We have a demand right here, right? Broke that demand. So it's invalidated already. So we're taking trades from supply areas for now. We know we're waiting for a reversal, guys. Price won't always keep on shooting down. It has to have an exhaustion phase where it will start correcting to what? To gather some liquidity in order to push even further down. So where is our nearest supply area? As you can see here, we have a drop base drop, right? And this is the what? The supply. So we could see price pulling back into this area and pushing down. So what I like about this area as well, that it acts as support and resistance. As you can see, we had previous support right here. Right now it broke out, right? So this could be used as our resistance. And if I could put a line right here, you could see all the way back there, it was previous resistance. It resistance, 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 and still we shot out of that area. So that's quite a significant area to trade off, and it's at the 0.6800 mark, right? So delete all of this. What we're looking at for AUD USD is that we're going to be trading off of this. So next week we could possibly see price creating some liquidity. What to do what? So what it could do is create an inducement, go down, an inducement, go down, and then we could see price actually coming back to spike that and then continuing its move to the downside. So that's AUD USD for us, guys. That is the possible movement for next week. Looking at this, creating a new high, that would mean this is the move we are going to be expecting. Going down to what? To test unmitigated areas, filling in this gap as well. So keep an eye out for AUD USD. As always, guys, please subscribe and um, leave your suggestions and comments in the comment box section below. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown of the market, and I promise to keep uploading, guys. And I hope you find my content fruitful. And if there's something you can add on or help with, please. I'm open. I'm just an open book. I'm ready to learn as well. As much as I'm giving out this content that I have learned by myself, guys. So I hope this was amazing, guys. So thank you so much. Have a great night and happy trading week, traders. Kudos. Love y'all.